So in this video I am going to show you guys all of the Rampage locations, and I will be giving you some tips to beating that. So there is 20 in total. Each one has 2 spots, so if you fail at the first one, you will then be going to the second one. If you fail the second one, it'll go back to the first. Sometimes it's going to be easier to do the second location, but if I were you, I would probably try, in most cases, the first one, because some of them can be done, on your first try. Maybe it takes a little luck, but you might as well try, otherwise you gotta waste like 2 minutes of time. But the first island has 6 locations, and the next 2 islands both have 7. I would recommend doing these all as soon as possible. I would also recommend saving between each one of these, just in case you happen to beat like 3 of them, and then you didn't save and you fail the 4th one, and then you have to go back because you lost all your weapons and ammo, so just to be safe. So for this one you will have to kill 30 Diablos, and you're using an M16. This is the location of the first Rampage. And the second one is right here, just a little bit to the right of my cursor, down in the bottom corner where the grass ends right before the bridge. So here is the location for the first one. I probably should have gave you guys a little better look around, so I'm going to let this run just for a couple more seconds, so maybe you can see something in the background or whatever, so you might know where we're at. I did show you on the map, but the first mission is just off to the left here in the club. So here is the second location for the first Rampage, if that makes sense, because like I said, if you fail the location, it'll move to the secondary location. If you fail the secondary, it moves back to the first one again. So if you're wanting to be at a specific location, you might even want to fail it and then go save, and then go back to that location to attempt it again. So that way it keeps popping up in the same location if you keep failing it. But yeah, you have 2 minutes, you get an M16, and you have to kill 30 of these Diablos. One trick that I've learned is, and this rings true pretty much throughout all of GTA, is if you look away, it does become... You can get guys to spawn in sometimes. Sorry, I stuttered there. But it can help to get guys to spawn in and then look away, and they might spawn back again and look away, and just keep repeating that. Hopefully you get enough guys to spawn in. So as you can see, there's nobody here, so I'm trying to get some more guys to come back. There we got 1. I am going to leave these to full length. You guys can skip forward. I'll put timestamps in the description for when every single Rampage is done. So you can either start in the first or second location and then just skip the rest of this part if you don't. If you just want to see the locations, then you can do that. I will also say, so I was playing on an Xbox controller, and I found it to be a little bit too sensitive when I would turn to try and look at people. So actually I started using my mouse because I play on PC. So I was kind of playing hybrid, basically. I wasn't using either one, but I would recommend turning down your sensitivity. That would probably help for this one. So there we go, first one complete, 5,000. So this is how you're going to get to the second Rampage. This is in the south part of St. Mark's. You're going to drive up onto these tracks, and the first location is going to be down the tracks to the right, which you can see now. And the second location is actually down the tracks to the left, so you can just turn around and go the other way. I would probably try the second one. I think that one's slightly easier, so here's the location of the first one. And then the second one is down the tracks here. And the second one kind of has these 2 roads going through it, and I'll show you later why I recommend the second one. But yeah, there's a couple of roads around here that might make it a little bit easier if you're using the second location. So here we are at the second location, and we're just about to fail the first one. And yeah, I did fail all of these on purpose, at least once, just to show you the secondary locations. But yeah, you kind of got a couple of roads, and what I would do, I had to wait for this train to go past, but what I would do is just grab this, look off to your side here, and just start chucking them. And the reason this is a little bit easier is because after you do it a few times, you kind of get used to how far you throw the grenades, and the vehicles are either coming straight towards you or going straight away, so you can kind of just guess and toss them. And you can also blow up your own car. So, I mean, well, you can do that on the other one as well, but that makes this one a little bit easier. And there's also a police car and the paramedics, or 2 police cars and the paramedics right by here at the hospital just down the street. So, yeah, you can do that as well. But one thing to keep in mind, the civilians will attack you, So if you do end up going down on the ground, just be careful because, yeah, they'll attack you. You might have to be careful about the police as well, because obviously you're racking up some stars here. But that is basically it for the second one. There we go, 10,000. Again, you get 5,000 for the first one, and it goes up by 5,000 every single time. And the next one is in the southwestern part of Portland. There's a little alleyway, and then you'll turn when you get to the back of that, over here. The second location is going to be over here at the Super Save, and it's sort of off behind the hospital and just south of where you got on for the last one. It's in the top left corner of that. So for this one you have to kill 25 triads, and you get to use the machine pistol, or, you know, an Uzi looking gun. One thing that's kind of cool about this one is that whenever you get into a car, it actually automatically equips the machine pistol for you, so you can actually just kill a bunch of people out of the car as long as you're actually shooting and not just running them over. So for this one I would say it's fairly easy overall. You're, again, killing the triads, which normally either have a bat or a pistol. And yeah, again, I would recommend just using the car. That's probably the easiest thing to do. The paramedics can be your friend in these kinds of the rampages, I guess, because they can revive a person, and then you can just kill them again. One thing is if you look down, I know I said this earlier, but if you look down, you might be able to get people to spawn in. But yeah, I just kind of drove along the road, looked one way, and started shooting. Look the other way, start shooting some more. Just basically be careful. Don't let anyone run up to your car and yank you out. I mean, you can still kill them, but this is just way easier, so that would be my suggestion. And as you can see, my car was already kind of shot up before this, or, you know, broken up a little bit before this started, but you saw right at the start there was some gunshots that hit. But we basically drove around. We have about an extra 30 seconds here after we complete this, so not too hard. Move on to the next one. So the next one is very close to where we did the grenades from one of the previous ones. Basically, just if you fell off the tracks and went through the building, the secondary location is over here. Again, I will show you guys both of these. It's just off over here. So here's the first one. I'm going to pull out here just to kind of show you a little bit around. So we were just up there on the rail. Here it is right here. Not too hard. So this is by no means necessary, but I figured it made it a little bit easier for me, so maybe it'll make it a little bit easier for you. What I did was I parked my car. The little diner is just off down the road here to the right. Parked my car, kind of took up both lanes, and I wasn't even sure if this would work. This was my first attempt. So, as I said before, if you look away, sometimes you can get stuff to spawn or despawn, so I was trying to keep it in view the entire time. And obviously at this point I was like, well wait, obviously I can't. But I started the Rampage, ran down here. There is a couple of free cars at the restaurant you can take, but I was lucky that none of them despawned, so look at all of these vehicles we had. We only have to get 13, so although I did screw it up here, I tried to get a couple of them and I knocked myself over. So we did get like 6 of them out of that, which there was more vehicles than that, and then there's a couple of free ones over here. And I would just use the trick of what I did before, which you guys will see here in a second, of basically just look away, look back, look away, look back, and there will be a couple of vehicles, and yeah, it made this secondary spot very easy. You could probably do the same with the first. So no cars, we'll just look away quick, and look back, and we got a car. We'll look away again, we'll look back, and nothing, so we'll look down, look up, and nothing. So I'm like, alright, well let me move a little bit. There, another look down. 20,000, next one. Both of the next Rampages locations are up in St. Mark's. There's one exactly where we are right now. And then the second one is sort of in this little alleyway right here. And I would suggest doing it at the first location for this one. So you have to kill 20 Mafia members with an AK in 2 minutes. And The reason I would suggest the first one is because you actually have a little bit of cover compared to the second one. So as you guys saw, we were kind of in the alley, then we turned off into this little grass area, and that's where its location is. So here we are back at the first one. We accepted this, and we just started taking out these Mafia guys. If you guys know these guys, this is probably not the hardest one. There is a harder one, but this is probably one of the harder ones, I would say. Especially if you do this later game, because these guys will have shotguns that will kill you in, 2 shots probably. So, and also, again, the paramedics can be your friend. If they revive the guys, can kill them again. So I kind of put some cars up on here to sort of give me protection, and I figured if they came up, I could shoot the vehicles and maybe blow those up and kill them as well, although at that point it's not really about getting the kill, it was more or less staying alive. So yeah, you can kill some of these guys from a distance, which is what I would suggest. Sometimes the gun gets a little bit weird like that, but yeah, just stay far away. You can back up again to expose less of yourself. I did probably make a little bit of a mistake here at the end by jumping down a little bit too early, but we got 5 more to go. 4. I probably should have done the trick where I told you guys earlier about looking away, but didn't. There's 1, 2, 3. So there we go. I probably went down a little bit early, lost a little bit of health, but let's move on to the next one. Next one is in an alley here. This is sort of just to the east of the hospital and police station. So moving back just to show you guys, here's the dog food place, here's the taxi service place. So it's just in this alley here. So for this one you have to kill 20 triads in 2 minutes or 120 seconds. With a shotgun, I would also suggest using the second location for this one because you do have a bit of cover. And forgive me, I didn't show the second location here on the map, but I accidentally fall off. I was trying to keep all of the guys on the screen so it would make it easier to get more kills faster. And I fell off, so I ran around. We're basically right behind the hospital and police station. There's the super save off to our left. You can see we just drove up the hill here. To our right, we parked a car. You can kind of see it. But yeah, I would suggest staying up there. Since I fell, I figured, you know what, I'm probably just wasting time, so let me just start killing some of these guys. So yeah, we just kind of blasted them, let the medic save them, and then blast them again. Although some of them do run away and some of them chase you, sort of like that. But yeah, you can stay up on that little ledge up there and you can kind of go to the far back part of it if you want and sort of protect yourself from taking some damage. And not a hint for this one specifically, but, save, get full armor if you can between these, and also maybe pick up a Lady of the Night to get your health up a little bit more before you start. So that should make it easier. I don't really have too much issue with any of these ones. There's only one that I really struggled with. Alright, now we are on to Stanton Island. So here is the location of the first one. And this is actually on the upper part here, which you can kind of see. We are on the road that goes over sort of the other one. And for this, we have to torch with Molotovs 16 Yakuza. And I again forget to show you guys the second location, but it is by the Pay and Spray. It's just off to our left here. This is that you'll go up a ramp to go on the Pay and Spray and then turn right. Basically, when you just get onto the second island, it'll be straight in front of you. Those 2 red buildings are where you're going to get onto the second island at. So this is the road that goes down that slope and into it. And so as you can see, you got the Rampage, couldn't think there for a second, right in front of us here. And yeah, obviously I failed right off the start, throwing it into myself, so not off to a good start. Be careful when you do that. So I failed that one, so I went back to the first one. I don't really think either one of these are particularly easier or harder than the other. But that was, I believe, the first one that I had failed so far. But obviously, as you play with these a little bit more, you kind of get used to the weapons or what you kind of got to do, or you know, whatever. So yeah, we failed the first one. This is our second attempt at it, and it wasn't too bad. The fire does spread to a pretty good distance, so just keep that in mind. As you can see, that was right between both of those guys and got them both. Yeah, so I'd say be a little bit more cautious with this one, but overall it's not too bad. We got one guy to go, 1 minute left. See if we can get one of these guys. There we go. Alright, the next location is in the bottom left corner of the park here on the second island, and the secondary location for this one is actually in the top right corner. And both of them are decent spots, I would say, but I would suggest taking the second one just because it's a little bit closer, and there's sort of an easy, I'll call it not really a cheat, but kind of a cheap way of beating this one. So once we accept this one, we just hop back in our car, drive back to our garage, which is just basically 1 block away. And if you wanted to, you could kind of stack up a few cars maybe down your alleyway here, which is totally unneeded, but I figured I'll just take the ambulance here because it's a free vehicle. Then we'll take our own car, because why not? But that was just basically saving ourselves a little bit of time. I did park 1 car down here, so you guys wouldn't have 2 of those cars, but I'll show you here in just a second. So the trick is basically any cars that are in your garage, when you blow them up and the garage closes, they will become fully restored. So there we go, we got 1, got 2. Stood a little bit too close probably. Garage closes, opens back up. Kind of screwed that up, but there we go. And the garage closed a little bit too early, so the car just got fully restored. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. Easy, kind of a cheap way of getting this one. And the cars just keep coming back, so you don't really have to get any police or anything like that after you. And if you have the armor here, or health, or even losing the police, if you do get them, that would be helpful for this. So there you go. Alright, the next one is in the bottom left corner, or southwest corner of the second island, Stanton Island. I accidentally got in my car. But for this one, you're going to have to burn 25 Yakuza in 2 minutes. So drive out to the main road here. And this is the second location here. Again, sort of similar, a little bit north of there. And I didn't really think either of these was easier than the other, but the other one's probably a little bit closer to the street. But yeah, here's us. We grabbed it, hopped in the car, just basically drove back to the street, and then started. I'm trying to think of what it said for the prompt, but one thing I've noticed is when you spray the flamethrower, anybody around who runs, they'll run for a certain distance like this and then stop. So it took me a while after this one, but yeah, if you spray it and then run in front of a group, then you can spray it back. You can kind of get a bunch of them at once, which is helpful. But we actually ended up getting some cops on us, I think, at the end of this. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, we barely got this and then got back and saved. So here, I think that might be the cop. Yeah, okay, so maybe give the cops a little bit of a break before you spray it if they're around you. But you can see we got quite a few of them here to burn up. We're at 7. Still got 100 for our armor as well. But yeah, this one wasn't very hard because the Yakuza don't do anything. So I did end up killing the cop there. On to the next one. So this one is just west of the garage. And I failed to show the second location, but it's actually just north of the garage, which you can kind of see it on the mini-map. But basically we just drive out to the road here and start doing your business. So here's the second one you can see on the map. our safe house over there. This one I like better because it has a little bit of protection. So you can sit down here and throw it up there and kill some people. So that one actually got 4. But if they see you throw the grenades, that's when they're going to start chasing you. And I did make that mistake here in a little while. But I think if you would be smart, you'd probably run back down to my right. And then the guys should, respawn by looking away or whatever. And then run back up, throw a couple more grenades, and kind of keep doing that. I think I also get the police here at the end as well. Got a little lucky grenade there at that guy as he's chasing us. Or maybe not lucky, but... got quite a few of them chasing us here. Got them again, so we're down to 11. And yeah, here I kind of just started chucking them and blowing up vehicles just because I'm like, I gotta get anybody I can, and I think that's how I racked up the police. But yeah, definitely the second location on this one is better. And you gotta kill the yardies. I don't think I said that, but 25 yardies in 2 minutes. And again, this one is by your garage, so yeah, I guess if you do need to lose the cops, you could go that direction, or you could go and grab a little bit of body armor as well. Although as soon as you beat this, the cops are gone, which you guys will probably see here in a little bit, because I did beat it and then I ran away. So we're taking a little bit of damage trying to dodge the cop. We got 4 left with 30 seconds. There we go. We racked up another star because I killed the police. Barely dodged that car. Alright, we got 3 left. There's a couple down there. Let's see if that does it. And bam. 50,000. We lost the cops. So there we go. So the next rampage is in the bottom middle here. And then the other one is just off to the right over here, a little bit south. That is the casino. So I'll show you both of those locations here. So if you park here, you can kind of jump up here, run down this little alleyway, and then up the stairs to the right here. If you go all the way up, there is actually a hidden package at the top of these, but right here is your rampage. And I would suggest using this one as the one to do. You got to get you got to get 17 headshots on yardies. So here we are at the casino. We got to run up the steps, take a right, left, across here. Then we're going to go up these steps and across. It's kind of a little bit of a long run, which is why I'm showing it here. And then we got to go up these steps and then do a 180. And it's at the other end here. So that's the location for the second one here up in the corner. And I would again recommend the first location on this one. So I ran back. Here's the end of the one we just accepted. So we'll grab this one. And there's quite a few yardies around, so we just start popping them. We actually did a really good job, like really quickly on this one. So I think I only missed a few shots. So it's that 3. There's 4. Kind of struggled with this one. But yeah, they have to be headshots. There is another gang that is kind of around, so that's why some of the guys are running with stuff. I think I missed that one. Didn't pay attention to where I was at before I shot that one, but... it's kind of an easy one just because you're up high, so the guys aren't seeing you and shooting at you and whatever. We got 6 more to go. Make it 5. And we got quite a few of them here in the street, so definitely a pretty good location. I think I've only missed that one shot basically so far. 2 left, 1 more. And my controller went weird here for a little bit. I don't know what was going on, so for some reason it was being weird, and that's why my guy is taking so long here at the end. I was like, dude, come on. Just let me shoot one more guy. There we go. Another one down. Alright, and on to the next one here. We got on the middle, a little bit south. This is at the church. There's kind of a little graveyard area here. This is on the coast, on the west coast here. So you have to annihilate 30 yardies with an RPG. So you could just start shooting, but I would suggest using the second place again. Has a little bit better cover. And here is the location of that, a little bit south of the other one. So there we go. And yeah, you can kind of climb up on the building here, but there was so many of them. I was just looking at this like, oh my god, there's tons of them here. So here we go, 30 of them. We got to try and line some up here. I wasn't sure if they would become immediately pissed, but I just figured I'm just going to start shooting as quickly as I can. And so there we took a little bit of damage. So yeah, we already knocked out 11. Got another one there. A couple more over here. And we got the police again, so this is where it becomes a little bit harder, but I figured it would be worth it for me to just take out the policeman. I wouldn't normally recommend it, but I figured if I can just get it by myself a couple more seconds, I can probably kill a couple more yardies. So here I was, there's 4 left, now there's 3. 1 left, and there we go. Lost the police, we are good to go. Alright, on to the next one. This one is just a little north and a little bit east of your garage. And the stadium is just off over there. So here is the Rampage. 15 vehicles in 2 minutes. And here is the second location. This is in the top right corner of the construction area here. I would suggest the first one, because the gang in this area is hostile to you basically right off the rip of the game. They're always hostile, so just to make it easier. And what I did was park a big bus out here. That'll get some cars to stop, and then hopefully give us enough time to shoot them up with the M16 here and get a few burning cars. And also, you know, just the bus itself is a free one, so yeah, I would suggest something like this. I tried to kind of park it a little bit in the way of also the vehicle on the corner if they were to come out of the stoplight, but I should have parked it just a little bit further back. But yeah, you can go back to the garage on this one as well if you just want to destroy your own vehicle, but I don't think there's enough time, to be honest. But I haven't tried it, so I guess I can't say it won't work, but yeah, I would just park a car out here, maybe sort of like we did earlier on in the video. Get a couple of cars to park up behind it before you start it, and then yeah, you can get a couple of free easy ones. So it's been 1 minute, we got 5 to go. Down to 4. Obviously you guys have saw that some of the civilians or other, you know, people around, I don't know if they're all civilians, but they're kind of getting in the way, getting us some stars and stuff, so. Alright, we got 3 to go. Now it's 2. And 1 left. So I figured, you know what, let's just take out the police car. And that should be it. We got 2 stars. Let's get out of here. Bam, lost our stars, so. Alright, on to the third island. So this one is just behind a sign. This is at the airport. And for this one you have to splatter Colombians, which means basically just run them over. You got 20 of them in 2 minutes. I would recommend the second location, which is over here. And it's just, I found it a little bit easier, but honestly it's probably, like most of these ones, doesn't really matter. I would just try it on the first one. However, I thought it'd be a good idea to use a bigger vehicle, maybe has a little more weight behind it, because sometimes you can hit people and they like basically become brick walls. But I found out almost immediately, and that's probably why I popped up right there, was that having a big vehicle was bad. I'm already on fire after 30 seconds. All their shots were hitting pretty much. So, and also keep in mind when you do get kicked out of your vehicle, you try and steal any vehicle, they're going to shoot at you, most likely miss and hit the car and have all the cars take off. So keep that in mind as well. I got lucky, got this one. I would recommend starting off with a very fast car. Easiest thing to do would be getting them as they're just walking away, so they don't even shoot at you, they don't know you're coming. So yeah, here we got a fast car. I would say get a fast car, just drive on the sidewalk. Don't even turn around. Like if you miss guys, just leave them. So we got 2 left, and 1, 2. There we go. And the next one is just north and east of your warehouse. This is up behind a sign, actually. The other one is over here at the end of the curvy road going north. So here is the first one, and here is the second. And I would recommend doing it off of the first one, actually. I tried the second, and didn't really have much luck. There was just a lot of cars. I mean, one thing that was good is there's a lot of cover, but I completed it on the first one. You know, I would suggest just trying it on both because you're going to waste 2 minutes otherwise anyways. So try it on them both, see which one works. But here is our attempt on the other one. So I kind of like this spot. What I would say is the hardest thing is trying to get headshots, because if you guys didn't know, it says to behead them, so you gotta get headshots. So yeah, kind of like the other one before, maybe the sensitivity can become an issue. I kind of brought it right down to the wire on this one, but yeah, I liked having all the guys sort of in a straight line, kind of, you know, they kind of line up. You can always creep a little closer to the edge here if you want to try and get some guys down below you here. You can see them. But obviously the farther they get, the harder it is to get the headshots on them, so it was kind of tough on some of these guys, but yeah, I would recommend maybe turning down the sensitivity. And I mean, I don't know, I didn't even really take much damage on this. It was pretty simple for me. I actually ended up running down, and I thought this was where it even got easier, so because once I got down to their level, I mean, you could basically just spray left and right and you'd just get headshots, you know? Like, everybody was at the same height. It was just a super flat area. So maybe if you're doing what I did and you have like 10 guys left in only 40 seconds, you get kind of desperate, just run down there and all the guys are the same height. Made it way easier. So a couple of tips. Yeah, here's a lot of them just kind of lined up here. But as you can see, we got 6 more to go. Maybe it was a previous attempt that I ran down there. I thought it was this one. Maybe it was. We got 20 seconds, 3 left. 2. Oh, so yeah, this might have been it. And we got one more to go. Oh, there we go. Got him just in time. 75,000. Next one. So this one is just east of your safe house on the 3rd island. So there is the Rampage there. Here is where that is on the map. So if you were to come out of your garage and you take a left and you go down this little hill here, you'll be on this bridge, or whatever you want to call it, overpass. And you can kind of see our car right here. I basically parked really close, and when I got out, I was just standing on the edge and then just fell off. So here we go. You got to splatter 20 hoods. This is the second location. This one's by the airport. This is off behind another billboard here. So here's the location for that. And I would suggest the first one, although, you know, it's kind of they're both decent, I would say. But this one, it was kind of nice just because you have the cover from the bottom. And actually, it was kind of funny. People would jump off. I mean, you can kind of see them falling right now. But they would jump off this ledge here, and a couple of them later on in this section land right next to me, and kind of funny. But yeah, I did take quite a bit of damage here. This is actually where I jumped down and took a little bit more damage than I probably should have. So there's one of them. Guy kind of caught me off guard. And that was the first time I was like, well, how the heck did he get up here? I didn't figure it out by this point. But yeah, I just kind of tried to look up and down and get some people to spawn in, which we got pretty close to the end of this one before it was we actually made it. So yeah, just get a little. There you can see the guy fall off. There's another one there. There's another one and another one. Double. So we got 4 left, 54 seconds, and that's when I was like, is there anybody else up there who's going to jump off and try and kill me? I didn't exactly mean to blast the paramedic, because he was, you know, would have revived some people and saved me, but I just figured whatever, I guess. I already blasted him. Why not hit the other one? Because at this point I thought I was going to fail, to be honest. But I just could not hit this guy. And here we go. Jump down. We got 3 left. There's 3 guys lined up right here. And there we go. This is the location for the next one. This is right after the airport, the first intersection, right here. And for this one, you have to destroy 7 vehicles And it's not a bad location, there's a lot of vehicles around, so you could probably do this one pretty easily. The second location for this one is a little bit north of there, and I just did it at this location because, like I said earlier in this video, I wanted to show you guys all of the locations to begin with. So some of them I attempted the second one first, so yeah, the other one's probably just as good as this one, but we actually just get this one if I remember correctly. It's been a while actually since I played this, but again, what I would probably do, as you can see, I parked a car just off to my left. What I would recommend doing before starting this is actually hop in a couple of cars. Hop in a car, get out, and if the guy chases you, then run them over, or, you know, point a gun at them or something. And then that way when you shoot them, they don't, the car doesn't take off on you, because you have to use the pistol, machine pistol. So that way you can light their car up, they won't take off on you, and then you have enough time to destroy it all, because otherwise they'll drive off. Luckily this guy's hitting our other car, so it gives us a little bit more time. Also the ambulance is kind of a free one here. And then obviously once you get a couple of cars lined up, the other cars will have trouble getting through them. So here we go, we got 55 seconds, we kept smoking this one, finally got it to light up. There we go, one left, 50 seconds. And we got one more here. Just to make sure this guy didn't drive off, like I said earlier, I threw him out. And it looks like he doesn't want anything to do with us, so we're good to go. Last one, 85,000. Alright, the next one is up these stairs, which is, I'll show you guys the location here in just a second. You gotta go up the stairs, turn up the stairs again, and then here it is. So it's pretty close to the other ones. Just a little bit north and east from the first location. And for this one, you have to destroy 15 vehicles. And this location is pretty decent because there is a lot of vehicles around, but I would probably recommend the second one, which here's the location of that, basically just north of the airport, just south of the road when it turns north. And the reason I would suggest this one is probably just because you can destroy some in the parking lot off behind us here. So at first I was like, I don't think I'll try to do this one. I think I'll go back to the other place just because it was a pretty good spot. But then I saw all these vehicles down here and I was like, actually, we'll just try it. So, and actually I think some of these were too far, which you guys will see here in just a little bit. So I started shooting all of them, not realizing there's a range. So you'll see the numbers aren't going down, and then now I'm like, wait, I guess I didn't realize yet. I went to go get my car. But here I turn around and I'm like, wait, why are some of these vehicles blown up? So, there we got that one. I did try to get a couple of these other ones by getting a little bit higher, but obviously we can't really arc it down with the fence in the way, it just kind of hits it, so I tried to shoot as close as I thought I could. So it's not looking pretty good here. But we end up getting it on this one, which is why I'm showing it to you guys, but yeah, I would just recommend running to the main road, especially by the intersection up here, which is sort of where we're headed to. But I just started shooting every car that drove past, so we got 6 cars to get in 45 seconds. Be careful with the civilians, they will chase you when they see you blowing up some cars, so you're going to want to keep a distance from them as well. So we got 4 left, 30 seconds, 3 more to go. 2 more. So kind of looking back, see if anything could spawn in just from kind of doing the trick where you look away and look back. We got 15 seconds to go. Here we go, we got a limo. Got another car, the last one. 90,000. Here is the location for the next one. So you're going to come in here, and then it's actually down here in the corner. This one is, the next one's over here where I marked. So you go in here, you'll take a right. So that's the stunt jump, but if you go over here, and this first one I would say could be easier because you have some cover, but I actually found the second one easier just because everybody's height was the same level, so it was just really easy to pop off shots left and right. So here's the location for the second one. So I left this in just to kind of show you. So we were just right up here. No, not that person at Auto. But we drove around over into here. There's kind of an opening and then out onto here. So you have to kill 15 Colombians with headshots in 2 minutes. So here we go. We collected that. And yeah, again, just look at how quickly we can, because everybody's at the same height, look at how easy this is. Alright, so there's one. I'm gonna zoom in again. Got 2, well, missed it. 2, 3, 4, go back to the other side. We got 5, 6, look at all these guys. 7, 8, 9. We're like basically pulling the trigger as quickly as it reloads. And just check it again. So now I'm like, okay, nobody respawned on those streets. Let's go a little closer here. Got 6 left. Oh, those 2 stopped. Now we got 5 and 4 left. Got 1 more over here. And the further they get, the harder the shots become because the sensitivity moves the cursor or scope a little bit more. So we got 2 more to go. So we're about to finish with a whole minute extra, which is why I recommend using this south spot. And we took no damage. Not even a single shot. 95,000. There we go. And now we're at the hardest one here. So this one is at the second house, if you will, because there's sort of 2 driveways. They're kind of every other house. And this one you have to kill 20 Colombians with a flamethrower. So here's the secondary location. I don't think either of these are particularly good. And I guess you could do it at either one. But I completed it on the second one a few more times. I thought that one was easier than this one. So yeah, this one you can kind of run out, get their attention. I obviously did a little bit more than I probably should have, but I was trying to get their attention. And then you can actually shoot through these walls with your flamethrower. So if you can get them to kind of come after you, then you can just shoot, catch them on fire, and kill them. There's also some more on the other side off behind us. And don't worry about shooting your car a little bit because it actually has to be shot quite a lot to blow up. It starts on fire just because it's a flamethrower. But then, yeah, see it just caught back on fire because I hit it again, but it doesn't actually like blow up right away. Obviously I shot a little bit more, but so here if you go the other way, there's another wall over here, but you can shoot the Colombians through this wall as well. But I'll show you the other location which I had more luck with. So yeah, you can get their attention, then shoot them through here. So here's what I did. I parked my car kind of out here. I actually didn't mean to jump into here, but I was trying to get their attention to come after me, and then I was going to kind of use the car as cover, and also the trees, because like I said, you can shoot the car a little bit, it doesn't matter. So this is what I did, just kind of sat behind the trees so I can see really, really well. And we only got a few guys so far, but if I can get them to come after me. So there we go, we got 14 down to 12. And also, you gotta be careful when you're using the flamethrower. I think I said this earlier, but if you do get close to somebody, and you hit the flamethrower, and they're on fire, like dead on the ground, it'll start you on fire too. So just, be careful of that. So here, I found, one thing I found that was kind of easier is when these guys are like walking away, just walk right up next to them, and then shoot them. Because when you shoot, they'll run, like these guys, and then they stop. So if you get right behind them, you'll have to keep shooting and keep shooting, so as long as they don't see you, it makes it very easy. Every once in a while you have one like this where one guy's facing towards you, the other guy's facing away. But we're doing pretty good. We have 58 health. But yeah, I would recommend just kind of hide behind these trees a little bit. I did try and hide behind the garage and stuff up here as well. But that is it, guys. That is all 20 Rampages. There is also another set. If you run up on the back side of this house, you can shoot through a wall with Colombians on that back street as well, but I just found that there wasn't enough of them there, so I would use the trees and kind of just run up and down. One thing I'd also tried was driving a vehicle around a little bit to kind of round them up and then kill them. But yeah, that is going to be it for the video, guys. Hopefully you found it useful, and if you did, I have many other videos or will be coming soon on my channel for all the other different things to do in this game. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch another video, there's a random video on screen and another playlist. Please be sure to share the video, like it, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications so you're notified when I upload. And until next time, peace.